This month I was supposed to have one last patch for my game and failed, but I did make a director's commentary for it, so let's talk about that instead. First up though, I can hear again. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that I was going for the appointment last time, or I might have just talked about what I might do, but I did go for an appointment to get my ears cleaned, and it didn't work, and it was also really painful. It wasn't painful because of what they do. I mean, it was, but what it is it's basically just a really small vacuum that goes in your ear and cleans it. And that wasn't painful, like, the suction or anything wasn't painful, which is good, because if it had been, they would have had to have not done it. The reason it was painful is because they put, it's basically like a speculum. They put one of those, in your ear, and it holds your ear open. And that was really painful, because it just, digs into the sides of your ear canal. So it was really uncomfortable, because it's also, not a place you're used to touching, is it? So you get this, hard plastic cone just jammed into your ear canal to hold your ear open, and then they can get the vacuum in around that. And that bit was really painful. But like I say, it also didn't help. They did manage to clean some out, but the issue is that it was so deep they couldn't get to it, basically. It wasn't safe. They gave me another appointment, which is for later this week, to go back, and hopefully it'll have moved, they said. So they're going to try again then. About a week after the appointment, it was actually out on Valentine's Day. And while I was there, as an aside, I also really badly burnt myself. We ordered some food and they gave it as in a cast iron pan, and I just grabbed the handle because I needed to move it, and I just didn't realise it was really fucking hot and burnt my hand. So that's the price I pay for getting my hearing back, apparently, because it was also while I was eating that meal that my left ear cleared up, so I can hear again now. And I actually have the opposite problem, where everything is really fucking loud, and I really don't like it. It's uncomfortable how loud everything is. I always had pretty good hearing, so I've always been able to hear things from a distance really well. One of the issues I've got is that I've spoken about it before, we live in a flat that's attached to the main house. I can hear everything in the main house at all times. It's really annoying. If someone will be watching TV on the other side of the house, and I'll be in bed and I'll be able to hear it, it's really annoying. It doesn't help that two of the other 3 people we live with are deaf. So they just have everything really loud. Even outside of that, I can just hear everything all the time. I can hear every conversation. So that was already annoying, but now it's everything is painfully loud. I've never noticed how loud my taps were before. My hearing's back, in one ear, not in both. So I've still got my appointment to get them both cleaned again. They'll probably just try and remove whatever's left in the left ear and just completely clean the right. The other issue though is that I've had this and I'm getting over it now. And then I say I burnt myself, but I'm okay. But we went out for pizza the other day, and while I was eating it, my tooth chipped. So now I've got to go to the dentist as well. It just seems everything keeps going wrong. So maybe at some point this year I'll be okay. So I've been playing a lot of cozy games recently. I've actually got Chillquarium running in the background as I'm recording. I finished Mail Time, which I played last year, and I also finished A Tiny Sticker Tale, which I only started on Sunday and I finished it on Monday. But yeah, they're both just really good. I just like cozy games all together. They're just really comforting and fun, and there's no combat or anything, so I don't really have to care about anything like that. I'm just so bored of combat in games. Fighting is not the only way of interacting with the world, but when you look at games, it seems like that's all there is. They also all tend to be pretty short, which I like having a nice, short, little adventure. They always seem to end with some helpful message. Mail Times is about how you can't always do everything, but just do your best, basically, and A Tiny Sticker Tale is all about learning to help other people and stuff, and the value in following things through, essentially. I think ever since I played Little Gator Game, it's become one of my favourite genres. I just really enjoy them overall. And then there was Smushy Come Home, which I really liked, but I lost my save file for that, so I'm always a bit upset when I think about it. I think I spoke about it already, so I'll just give a brief overview of what happened. I finished the game on my Steam Deck, and it apparently didn't upload the save to the cloud for some reason. So I went on my PC afterwards. While I was there, I decided to have a quick look at something in Smushy Come Home. So I opened it up, and when it loaded the save, it loaded my original save. So I turned the game off, went back on my Steam Deck to upload it, but my Steam Deck then downloaded the old save again, because it was technically newer, even though I hadn't actually done anything. So I ended up just losing that save file completely. I'd 100%ed the game, so I probably wouldn't have touched it again, but I was just really upset by it, and it's really annoying. Actually, speaking of saving issues, I've been wanting to get back to playing the new Turnip Boy game, the Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, but I've got a pretty big issue with it. For some reason, I can't load the save file from when I first played the game. So when I played it for the video, like I beat the first boss and I like progressed to a new area and everything, and then I went back and turned the game off. But now when I go back to play it, I can't load that save. It creates a new save every time I turn the game off, like a new blank save. Luckily, I've got a copy of my old save, but it just won't let me, and I have no idea why. I've had a look, and some other people have reported the same issue. The devs responded to one person that just said it should be fixed now, and then that person said it's not, and they never got a reply, and that was in January. Like, it's been a month, and they've not replied to anyone else who's had the same issue, and I just, don't know what to do. I could just play it again. I've only lost half an hour of playtime, I've not lost tons. My issue with that is that I can't trust right now that it won't just happen again anyway. So if it's going to happen again anyway, there would be absolutely no point in me making a new save file because it'll just overwrite it again anyway. And with the devs not saying anything, if the devs said I had 3 options for what I would be comfortable with them saying. One was they fix it, so everything's fine. One was we can't fix it, but it won't happen again, and then I would start again. And the other is we are trying to fix it, and then I'd wait. Those 3 options, I'm okay. But as it is, they've said nothing. So I can't trust that it isn't just going to happen again if I start again. So as it is, I'm probably just never going to touch the game again, which is a shame because I enjoyed what little I played of it and I was looking forward to playing more. I have considered rolling back the patches and playing on the original release, seeing if that would let me load my save. I don't know if it would. I would hope it would. Part of me thinks that when they updated the game, they changed their save structure, and the game is checking if the save structure matches what it's supposed to, and when it doesn't, it creates a new save file rather than loading the old one because it can't. In which case, rolling back to an earlier save would let me load, but I can't know that for sure. That's just an idea I have based on making saves in my games. But if I do that, then I can never patch the game again because it would just break my save. So what's the point of making any progression then? There's no good thing to do in this situation without the devs saying something, and they just haven't. So I'm just never going to play the game again at the moment. I've got 15 days to get 15 ranks in Sunbreak. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do a bit of a break, and I don't want to do that. Honestly, I'll probably just do it either way, which might mean spending a day or two just playing Sunbreak, but I hope not. If everything goes to plan, that means it will actually finish the first week of March. After that, I'll take a break and then start a new LP. I've got a few ideas what I might do. I want to do something short. What I will say is, as I've said, I want it to be short, so it definitely won't be in Yakuza. Definitely won't be 4. I'm on for 4, aren't I? I'm going to leave that until the one after this. I've been having a lot of fun playing 14 again. Not that I stopped playing 14, or not even necessarily that I stopped having fun with it, just I've been enjoying it more recently. I've been doing the island, so it's just kind of relaxing, going around doing stuff every day. I've been actually learning how to do island stuff. There's some things that bug me about it. I would like to do everything on stream. Not do everything, but do all the unlocks on stream. The issue is that if I do all the unlocks on stream, I'll never get to do anything. I don't mean I won't get to do anything, I mean I can't plan when stuff happens. I've got rank 6 and 7, both of those were off stream, and the reason is just because picking up from our workshops has given me enough XP to level up each time, and I just didn't plan for it to. So what I've been doing instead is planning to do big upgrades and new buildings, get those done on stream. So I've been using the time during the week to plan out what upgrades I'm going to do and what builds I'm going to do, then go around and gather all the materials I need so that I can set all of those up so that they finish before my stream on Friday. So I'll set all of those up to go on Thursday night, and then when I log in on Friday for the stream, I can go to my island and everything will be done. I am eventually going to have to get back to doing Blue Mage stuff, but I'm probably going to leave that until after the Moogle Tombstone event finishes. I quite like the Mogpendium stuff. I wasn't a big fan of the ocean fishing, but I managed to get that the other day. I was planning to do that on stream as well, but the timing for that is more awkward than anything. I'd have to make sure to get it immediately at the start of my stream, get on the fishing trip, or I would have to stream for 2 hours to get to the fishing trip and then stream for longer, and if there's nothing to support it in the rest of the time, I don't want to do that. So I ended up doing that off stream. I've been doing all the weeklies and stuff on stream though. I just quite like it. I think it's a better way of handling the tombstones than it used to be, or at least it gives you something to do, rather than, for me, I would just run Praetorium every day for a month. That being said, I do need to grind some, because I'm not going to get all the stuff I want if I don't. so I will have to do a bit of grinding, but it'll be less grinding than it used to be, which will be nice. And even then, the stuff that I'm doing is more fun than that would have been. It's been good. I'll be interested to see if they make any changes to it for next time, or if it gets like harder or something. I also wonder if they give everyone the same things. I kind of assume they do. The one I've got this week, because I've already checked, is one for doing a level 60 hunt, and all of the ones I've got in my weeklies are all for Eden raids. So I know people can't be getting Eden raids if they're like level 50 or whatever. So I know they must be split up some way, but I don't know what other people are getting. I'm just interested to see. In terms of my monthly videos, you might have been expecting my Game of the Year video. I think I said last month it wasn't going to come, but yeah, that's not going to be for quite a while. I don't want to make that video until I finish playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I have no idea how long that's going to take. I've got 115 hours of game time and 90 hours in the save that I'm playing through, and I'm just now making my way through the lower city in Act 3. Part of me feels like I'll never finish. I know I'm going to, but it's just taking me forever. Like, I've played this game just about every single day since it came out. I got it a little bit late. Sorry, when I say it came out, I mean like actual full release. It was a couple of days late that I got it, but I've played it every single day since I bought it, and I'm nowhere near. I've done 2 of the 3 acts. I think my game time was like 60, 70 hours when I got into Act 3, and I've already put over 20 hours into Act 3, and I'm still nowhere near. It's just, there's so much. It's just taking so long. Instead of that video, well, instead of any other video, because I had other plans and they never happened either, I ended up making the director's commentary on how I made my game, and like some other things that are in the game that you wouldn't have noticed, or like little development things. And it was like a lot of fun to make. I've not made something like that before. I've made videos about my games before, but not in the same way. Like, I've made trailers, and then when I was in uni I made videos showing the game how it worked, but not like this. It was surprisingly little work, because I just sort of like recorded it and played it at the same time, which meant I couldn't do a lot of the editing stuff that I would usually do to like make my audio sound nicer, which meant there was a lot less for me to do than there would normally be. I was like quite happy with it. It also ended up being longer than I expected it to because of that. If I'd have planned things out better, I would have had that video come out on the anniversary, and also before the game went on sale. It was 50% off for its anniversary, but I didn't plan that out well, so it actually came out a week later. I've also still not sold enough copies to make money on it, but I don't know, it'll happen eventually. Special thanks to all of my patrons. You can join them over at patreon.com/Holden Gatsby, and for $1 a month you'll get to see what I'm working on early and get exclusive roles in my Discord along with other rewards I might think of. You can also just follow me there if you want to for free, as it's probably the best place to see all of my content as soon as it's available. There's links to the Patreon along with my Discord, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, and all the other podcast platforms in the description for this episode. Finally, don't forget you can email me using podencastby@gmail.com if you've got anything you want to say. Thanks for sticking around. Bye. Special thanks to my patrons, Justin Wood, Hobbs, and Koopy Vegeta. You can join my patrons at patreon.com/Holden Gatsby, check out my TikTok and Twitter @Holden Gatsby, and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Holden Gatsby. Don't forget to subscribe to all of my channels. If you want more, you can watch my last video now, but if not, then thanks for sticking around. Bye.